Hey guys, welcome to Black Angus Reviews. I know I'm behind. I'm going to catch up, don't worry. But today we are reviewing episode 6 of, I was about to say Mandalorian, because that's how it feels. Book of Boba Fett. And wow, what can I say? But F you, Filoni, F you for such a great cliffhanger, such a great, nothing monumentally huge that we know of thus far for Star Wars. But given the emotional investment of the show, intertwined with mainly Mandalorian, it's like, I gotta wait at least one more episode, if not a whole nother season of Mando to get the answer for this cock tease. Like, which way are we going, Baby Yoda? Yeah, if you didn't know, a lot of spoilers. Baby Yoda makes cameo, and it was awesome. Honestly, being a prequel fan, I feel worse than the EU fans as far as like getting the finger from Disney. It kind of makes sense. They come in, they see, well, what is everyone like with their corporate, board trying to craft next product for consumerism. And they're like, well, prequel, that's like at best 50-50. Let's just ignore that. It's a lot of material. It's a lot of details. Let's just go with the easy route. Everyone likes Luke and Yoda, Obi-Wan, Leia. I get it. Okay. But that's my area. That's where almost all my Star Wars money has been, is in the prequels. And this show starting to give us that prequel of maybe Filoni wasn't such a bad choice after all. So this takes place right after episode 5 of Book of Boba Fett. But we start with Cobb Vanth. They bring him in to this show, and he got some Pykes in it. Gets trying to do a deal, trading money for the spice. We got a Breaking Bad drug deal going on here in Star Wars, and it's awesome. And Comments like, hey, maybe you just got lost. Wink, wink. I'll let you go. Just, don't do it again. And 3 out of 4 try to pull a gun on him and get shot. He's a quick draw. And so he makes the other one leave the spice. And so we start to see the involvement of this third party with the Pykes. And Mandalorian, he's of course going to whatever planet. I'll have to look this up. I don't know what planet this is. I don't think it's the same one from episode 7's flashback of Luke, but Mando goes to this planet. He's looking for Baby Yoda, Grogu. I like to call Baby Yoda. And he finds R2. He's like, I'm here to see the kid. Brings him out somewhere. They're building a temple. And strangely enough, I always expected Star Wars temples to have been like hand-built, handcrafted. But now we get like these weird spider droid things carrying rocks to build it. And it just felt like, well, that kind of cheapens things. I feel like the Jedi really put their heart and soul into their temples, so to cut corners with machinery and stuff that they're not even powering. It feels cheap. I didn't like that detail. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Who knows? But interesting. And R2 shuts himself off. I don't really know why, but Mando's left just waiting. And eventually Ahsoka Tano pops up. Rosario Dawson. So it's good to see her back and involved. She's on this, I guess, Jedi planet. Turns out Luke is trying to tease out Baby Yoda to be his first student. So Luke hasn't actually had a student yet this 5-6 years after Return of the Jedi. Which I guess makes sense because he was fighting in Disney, where he's fighting Empire remnants off and on. So, okay. And, you get a lot of the face work, the CGI, they did really well this time around. It's a little wonky in Mando, but they did a lot better this time. Great actor. I don't know if they got Mark Hamill involved again for voiceover and tweaked it, or if they just got a really good voiceover guy. But it was fun just seeing all these kind of Jedi wisdom and stuff, and Luke kind of in this master role, because we never really seen that. It's what we missed in Last Jedi. It was, I guess you could argue he taught for a few scenes, but we never seen him in that Obi-Wan or Yoda role. So it's kind of cool to see. And it's cool to see Ahsoka bridging the gap, because she says something to him about you're like your father, talking about Anakin. And it's like, oh my God, this is the brilliance of Ahsoka in this new era, is that this can bridge the gap of prequels to the original trilogy going forward for new Star Wars. It's content at the end of the day, but, you know, great pieces of entertainment, hopefully. But yeah, Mando wants to see Baby Yoda, and Ahsoka's like, no. You're gonna screw with his training. He's got attachment and stuff. You're just gonna set him back, hurt him. So best not see him. I'll deliver this gift for him, which is funny because it does turn out to be essentially like a little chainmail armor of Beskar, like Mithril from Lord of the Rings. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of comedic to see chainmail for a Force user in Star Wars, bringing in more of a medieval feel to the Jedi. But yeah, you see little bits of training stuff with Yoda and Luke, him giving him insight, him walking, running around with him in his backpack, much like Yoda. And ultimately, he gives them this, the cliffhanger of the episode. He gives them this ultimatum of, hey, here's armor from the Mando, and here's Yoda's lightsaber. But you can only have one, and if you pick Mando, you're out of here, buddy. And it's like, no, which way does he go? Because I want to see Baby Yoda slashing shit like Yoda in the prequels, but at the same time, I want to see him with his daddy, Mando. So they really got you with this dilemma. But yeah, aside from that, another cool cameo. Boba Fett's in this for literally like a minute. The whole thing is Mando needs to help add muscle to Boba's operation and combat the Syndicate if outright war between them happens. He's roundtabling with the Vespa crew, the mods, the cringe factory of the show. Black Chrysanthemum is more in guards, of course. He's got the mayor's messenger guy in chains. I don't recall that happening in the show. Maybe I missed something. If you can enlighten me in the comments, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, he's in chains, and they're just like, well, we're short on mass, short on foot soldiers. And so Mando goes to Cobb Vanth. That's why he's been teased. He's like, hey, I need a favor, pretty much. So Marshal's like, yeah, let me round up the people so you can pitch in if they want. Essentially, the argument's like, well, regardless if you think you're safe out here in now Freetown, eventually this will leak into your domain, because ultimately all this fight is for Tatooine with the Pykes. And so you think, okay, Marshall sees the problem, he sees the dilemma, going to bring everyone in, and right then and there, you get a lone figure strolling into town, dark clad, cowboy looking, and it's like, who is that? And it's like, oh, weird, because I kept seeing this, like, are they going to do this in episode 6, this cameo? I don't know where this like possible leak was coming from. I don't watch a lot of theory stuff. I don't have time. But yeah, none other than Cad Bane from Clone Wars and Bad Batch pops in the show. And it's kind of like Boba Fett, was a soulless, heartless killer for the Empire. Y'all just stay out of it. No problems will come about. Of course, the deputy, which they teased earlier, of Cobb Vanth is a little shaky. He's a little trigger happy. Tries to pull his gun. Plop, 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 plop. Gets shot. And of course, Cobb Vanth gets shot, but they leave it open. Then he's alive. And yeah, that was the two kind of cliffhangers. Is Ooh, Cad Bane's popping in. I think longer term than just episode or two to get shot. So maybe he'll be around in Ahsoka or something. We'll see. Mando 3. Kind of cool. It's kind of War of the Bounty Hunter stuff going on like the comics. But yeah, a lot of fun. Got some diverse imagery as far as planets and stuff. Wasn't a ring world, wasn't Tatooine all day. Went to a nice foresty, bamboo-filled planet with creeks and rivers and valleys, with Baby Yoda. A lot of green. I'm a fan, if you can't tell. Got the green lights right now. I guess for Grogu and Luke Skywalker. Yeah, what a fun episode, man. Also, there was a moment where Luke's talking about Yoda and how he's much like him, and he's asking about, like, do you remember your homeworld? He's like, maybe I can help you remember. So he does like some force shit to his head. I guess non-mind raping, unlike Kylo doing whatever in Force Awakens. And you get this new shot of episode 3, the Jedi purge at the temple. Baby Yoda's, I guess, in a stroller or something. Another one of those little egg pod things. And he's just like witnessing these Jedi getting slaughtered by the 501st, the blue trimmed clones from episode 3 that were especially for Anakin, and, or should I say Vader. And it was just cool. It was so crisp, so clean. You know, it's like they finally got perfected CGI where it's not so obvious like episode 3, which is great CGI for the time, but you know, it's aged pretty well. But nonetheless, it just looks so good. I'm like, oh my god, you got Ahsoka, you got Baby Yoda, you got his lightsaber, he's doing jumps and stuff like CGI Yoda. What a great time. What a great time. But it's kind of weird. Like some of the things with Luke, I mean, maybe they're teasing little perceptions of Luke Skywalker that would ultimately be his undoing his perception of the Force, of what have you. You know, he seemed a little bit jealous of Mando, maybe. This whole kind of ultimatum, it seems covetous, for lack of a better word. Where it's like, no, you're mine, Baby Yoda. So there's kind of like this dark twinge to him, this need for control. Yeah, so yeah, that's my total all-around thoughts. I like this episode a lot. I love the prequel love being teased with Filoni. I think he's very aware that there's a bigger fan than just original trilogy. It just keeps... It's all we get. It's all about original trilogy. And I'm a prequel guy. Look at that. Look at that. Nexu statue. Love the prequels. Thanks, Filoni. Really appreciate this. This was a lot of fun. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I finally got up early enough to do a review, and I will be again catching up for episodes 3 to current. Maybe, yeah. I know I've done 1 for sure. Catch us tonight on the Fandom Collective. We'll be breaking down this episode. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. Maybe Ricky will come around to the show. Maybe you'll finish Mandalorian. Who knows? But 8:15 Eastern, the Fandom Collective. Come join us. Talk to you in the comments. See you in the next video. Thank you.